Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom.
David Bowie was a pioneer for the androgynous movement, but how did he help change the gender norms of society? It was said that a very young David Bowie went up to his mother's bedroom and found his way into her makeup. He put on lipstick and powdered his face. His mother laughed. He looked like a clown. But she soon after told him to take it off, as makeup is for girls. Bowie's curiosity had sparked.
Cruel to you? Well, I think we're all fairly tolerant, but for the last 2 years we've had comments like darling and can I carry a handbag thrown at us. I think it's just had to stop now.
In 1964, at the age of 17, Bowie spoke for the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Long-Haired Men, against the social norm of men having short hair. Bowie called for support and change for him and his long-haired peers. It's hard to believe that being a male with longer hair brought on ridicule and social degradation at this time. David Bowie really hit his stride when he began experimenting with makeup during his time playing a mime in Pierrot and Turquoise at the Oxford New Theatre. Soon after, Bowie introduced the world to his alter ego, Ziggy Stardust. Ziggy Stardust epitomized Bowie's androgynous style with makeup and outlandish outfits that could only be described as non-binary in a very binary society. Because of this, Bowie was often criticized and was dubbed the extremely talented oddity by outlets such as the New York Times. The nickname shows us that critics recognize Bowie's talent, but may not have been particularly fond of his style. Bowie's sexual orientation had always been a hot topic during his career. Bowie came out as gay in 1972. However, he recanted and stated that he was bisexual later on, but then he would go on and say he was heterosexual. Bowie's sexual orientation was always an enigma, but defining a sexual orientation for himself never seemed to be his goal. His goal was to blur the lines between what society deemed as feminine or masculine, and promoted the hypothetical question of, why not both? Androgyny did not come easy to a lot of people, and it took time to get used to. David Bowie developed a bigger audience with the emergence of other outlets, such as MTV in the 80s. More people were exposed to the androgynous movement than ever before, and although Bowie toned down his androgynous persona with the end of his alter ego, Ziggy Stardust, his impression on the fashion world had already been made. Designers such as Alexander McQueen, who had worked with David Bowie, drew heavy inspiration from his style. To say Bowie was solely responsible for the androgynous movement would be ignorant. There were others who also helped pave the path, such as Prince, Freddie Mercury, and Boy George, along with others. Today, the line that divided the two genders is blurred more than ever. Society is more accepting of androgynous people and anyone that is part of the LGBT community. Those that were oppressed for their orientation or the way they dress now express themselves proudly, as Bowie and others did before them. Society has come a long way from times when long hair was a feminine attribute. Androgyny appears a lot more in fashion, and artists will continue to embrace it. Artists such as Lady Gaga, who claim their whole career is inspired by Bowie. We have seen the emergence of K-pop, where groups openly embrace androgynous dress. The androgynous movement of the 20th century helped push society to be more accepting of those that express themselves in ways that at one point were deemed dangerous or detrimental to humanity. You can be gay, you can be trans, you can be masculine or feminine, and part of that reason is due to Bowie and those who dared to challenge a binary world. David Bowie passed away on January 10th, 2016, but he left us with the thought that maybe gender goes beyond just he or she. An increasing number of people today are saying they aren't one or the other, but neither or both. In fact, a survey by Time magazine found that almost a third of Americans see themselves somewhere between 100% heterosexual and 100% homosexual. And David Bowie showed us that maybe that's okay.